My silly butt forgot to remember to unhook this. Sad part is, it was a brand new battery just last year. So last time I was over at the RV, went to go to start it, and the battery was dead. So now Mr. Man and I are going to go head over, grab the battery out, go get it charged up, because this weekend, hoping to bring it over to the house to actually start getting down on some serious cleaning on it to really get an evaluation. You know, unfortunately, it has been sitting for a while, so we've got to do some evaluations and see what stuff we got to fix and take care of. I was here and I parked her for storage. My silly butt forgot to remember to unhook this. Sad part is, it was a brand new battery just last year. So we're gonna get it unhooked and then we're gonna take it, get it tested, make sure it's still good, and get it charged up so that we can get everything fired up and go. All right. Alright, so now that we got the battery, we are going to head over to O'Reilly's, which is where we got the battery from, and they're the closest place anyway, and get them to test it out, and hopefully it's going to still be a good battery, and it just needs to be charged up is all. So, here we go. Possibly bad news. Apparently the posts have gotten neutralized on the battery from where it stayed hooked up for so long. But he doesn't want to give up. He actually wants to try a couple things to see if actually he can bring the battery back to life. So that's all cool. And we're going to see what happens. Hoping for the best, because I really don't want to have to buy another battery. Okay, so as you all remember yesterday, we tried to take care of the battery on the RV. Well, now we are off to go see if it's ready, and it worked. I had to wait till this afternoon because of work, and well, just wanted to give the guy plenty of time to see if he could figure it out and get this thing working or not, or if we're just gonna have to suck it up and buy another battery. All right, see you in a little bit. All right, so awesome news. They were able to revive the battery. Unfortunately, the guy was not there. That it's the one that revived it and got it fixed. So I wasn't able to be able to ask him exactly what it was he did. And those folks that were there today did not know what he did. But so he was able to unneutralize it and bring back the polarity so that it could be charged up. And so now it's got a full charge and it's holding charge. So it's passed all of its tests since then. So we are good to go. So next step is going to be to get her hooked back in, fire it up. All right, so we are getting ready to load up, head over to the storage place, and get the battery back into the RV so that we can get it over here to the house and start doing some work on it today. Stick around. I get in, obviously you're too far on this one, but I was gonna say come in closer. But
you like it? Mm-hmm. It's just No, you like the recording? You have to make sure you put attention to the slowly, Bauer,
Honey?
slowly.
Set my ratchet in.
Big bird. That's the whole point. You see everything that he's doing, like in the possible
Honey,
angle.
shush. I can't talk to the camera if you're talking through her, giving her instructions. Oh, where'd you come from? So apparently, we might have a wasp nest.
I'm serious.
Somewhere, maybe. It's a possibility.
Baby.
I ain't messing with no wasp. My dude. I'm not good dealers with
In here.
Dayami, be careful. Look at me, then nobody's getting into my.
Nobody's getting into your what? If you're worried about your truck, nobody's around here.
No. He's gonna bite me.
It's not gonna bite you.
I'm gonna stay right here. You get bite, not me.
So I'm learning a new thing. Apparently the wife is detrimentally afraid of wasps. Too bad. The show must go on.
Hey, just have the little thing that lets you go.
Baby, the wasp is on top of you.
Yeah, I see it. I don't bother it. It's not gonna bother me. That is my full-hearted belief. I don't bother it. It ain't gonna bother me. All right, battery's in. Really?
What?
Oh, just something else that'll have to be fixed. One of the hinges just popped.
You almost forgot about the wasp.
Can find its way back in another way. I'm not worried about that daggum thing. All right, you stop it, bud. So we got some nice seafoam here. It does everything from cleaning injectors, help stabilize the fuel that's already in there, dealing with the moisture in it, cleaning up everything else that's been going on in there, help get it running smooth again. And there's a lot of people that say, oh, you don't mix this or you don't mix that. But my personal thing is I've got a couple that I do mix together that have proven to me over times that they work really well together because they've got just different benefits to each one of them. But we get a wonderful result in the end. And especially with her generator runs off the same exact fuel tank as the rest of the vehicle. So we definitely want to get everything really cleaned up before we try and fire up the generator. We want to get all that fuel systems running, the additives all mixed in there well, deal with the moisture really good. So our other one that we use, that I really love using, is Lucas. Have loved this stuff for years. I used to actually live down the street from the factory. All right, so I'm just gonna get her opened up. And because of how this fuel tank is, to make things a little bit easier, we're gonna run everything through a funnel. Make sure we gravity feeding everything really well. And one of the other things we're adding in here that I forgot to mention was adding in heat, which is a big time water remover. So it's not really being used for its injector cleaning properties. I'm wanting it more for the fact that this fuel has been sitting here for a while, not touched. And because as big as our fuel tank is, this one jug does take care of 100 gallons. So we are going to go ahead and be putting in here half this bottle. A little bit more. And this stuff is thick, so it does take a minute to run in, which is part of one of the other reasons why we are using the funnel. All right, so that is that. We will let that drain in because that was the thicker stuff. That's why we chase with the seafoam. As it's looser and it runs. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, of course. My little tab broke off. Of course it did. It's okay. That's why keys are always wonderful. All right, so now get the funnel nice and rinsed out. Get everything running down in there. Back it up. Yes, darling, this stuff is strong.
Oh, God.
But, all right. We'll let that sit for a minute while it finishes draining. And we will clean up all of our trash as we do not leave a footprint. Okay. All right. Now, while we go, now we're going to go ahead, do a walk around, do the rest of our outside physical inspection, make sure she's ready for travel, do an inside inspection real quick just so we have an idea of what's going to happen as we're headed down the road and possible things that may go on. Giving everything a second to settle up in the fuel tank and do a little bit of mixing before we start trying to fire her up. All right, take one. It's gonna take a second. Gotta get the fuel running.
Come on.
She lives.
We just have
She
to.
lives.
Yes.
All right.
That's the girl.
I'm a.
Oh, we're not taking off just yet. We're gonna let her sit and run for a minute.
Yay, she runs.